Hey everybody, it's Deanna with toolsofelnergyprotection.com and For Heaven's Sakes Books, Denver, Colorado. I am going to be at the bookstore on Thursday and Friday this week. I know it's a little late, but it's a super exciting evening and I couldn't wait. And I'm like, oh, I got to get on and share this with all of you. So I'm going to be sharing a reading for the collective consciousness for today and sharing some wisdom about what it looks like on the few days we have left with the retrograde and what's in store for Thursday and Friday. So if you're jumping on, I'm going to give you a little opportunity to do that. And I'm going to shuffle my tarot cards. They're Akashic tarot cards. And as you know, I am an Akashic Records reader. So what does that mean? That means that when you come to see me, I'm going to connect in with your other lifetimes and see what's going on there that's going on here and balance that out so it makes it easier for you to go forward in your life. So one of the most popular things right now is a lot of people are feeling some challenges with abundance and they're holding on to their money and they're like, oh my goodness, I am just really having a super hard time with abundance. But guess what? Abundance is easy to manifest once you know how. So let's talk about that a little bit today because we've got a few days left with the retrograde. And if you follow these few simple steps in the next few days, it's going to change for you and you're going to see things turn around financially. If you have a side hustle, I have quite a few clients that have picked up a side hustle and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. And, maybe they're selling a product or they're doing readings themselves and they're like, I just can't seem to get any traction. Where is everybody right now? I feel like I'm not being heard or seen. And that's also part of what's going on in retrograde. So if you have either one of those things, stick close because I'm going to do a few free readings tonight too. And if you have any questions, please put them down here in the feed below because I'm super duper excited to see each and every one of you tonight. Oh, it looks like Tree is on. Hello, Tree. What a beautiful name. I hope you're sheltering yourself if you're in Colorado from all the hail we've been having because that's not good for the trees. Anyway, and also you'll notice on the title tonight that I put, the title is for tonight is Retrograde or Not. Today is going to be a great day. So it's like ready or not, right? Bunch. Anyway, it's going to be a great day. Like I said, where I'm at, if you're watching from another country, some people watch from another country, or if you're in another state, in Colorado, it's late and usually don't come on this late. Like I said, I've been working a lot today with a lot of clients. I've just had a massive amount of changes for people happening. And I was like, I have got to get on and talk to my For Heaven's Sakes peeps. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. Super, super excited. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is do a reading for the collective consciousness with only, I believe, 4 days left to go in the retrograde. And a lot of the planets, as you know, I won't go into all that, have lined up in rare formations and, all kinds of things are happening. And what I'm seeing the most is people that have been working on themselves for a really long time are seeing opportunities pop up in front of them. Opportunities are manifesting for them right and left. And because of all the crap they've been through and attempting to go forward, they're like, oh, I want this or I want that, but maybe I shouldn't because it's just going to create more drama. No, 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 no. Reach for it, go for it. This retrograde is making you feel like you can't go for it or reach for it because bad things have happened in the past. Well, guess what? If you don't reach for it, you don't go for it, you're going to stay stuck. Can I get a hallelujah? Anyway, all right, collective consciousness reading for the next few days. So basically, we're looking into Thursday, which is actually tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, because we've got a lot of stuff coming up on the horizon, and it's going to be happening very quickly. So I don't want to give you too far out because then you're pointing in a different trajectory and you're not quite matching up with what's here and now. That's the biggest thing about the retrograde. Look at what's here and now. Look for things that are popping up right in front of you and look for patterns. That's the biggest advice I can give you. Mwah. If you want to keep listening, though, I'd love for you to stay on. Okay, so if you have something that you'd like for me to answer, go ahead and put it down here below and I'll take some questions tonight. All right. The first thing, overall reading for everybody, for all the highly sensitive, empathic, tuned in people, is that we have the first card for the next few days up here is Loving Elementals. Okay, and you can see the little sprites and fairies playing with the child. And basically, what this card represents is having a childlike nature. The number 3 is also very important over the next few days. You'll see it popping up, maybe 333. You might be driving down the street and see a license plate with a 3, and then you look up and you see a 3 on a street sign. You look over a building, you see a 3. 3s are very important because they triangulate. So this is triangulating good experiences, good vibes. So get out of yourself, out of your own way, and get in there. All right, the next thing is 2 worlds. So I've got 2 worlds. And this again is the retrograde. And what did I say before we got on and got started with this reading for the collective consciousness? That right now, a lot of you have been working on your shadow selves, your darker selves, and you're like, woohoo, I'm free. I've taken care of this. I've let that relationship go. I got rid of that job. I'm doing better with my workouts every day. And then the universe goes, ooh, we're going to line stuff up for you because you're a different vibrational frequency. Here it all is. And you're like, woohoo, it looks so pretty. But if I reach for it, it'll go away. Because based on your past and all the things you've overcome, that's what you're seeing going forward. And it's simply not true. That's an illusion of the retrograde. And so here we are. I couldn't have drawn the cards better myself. It says 2 worlds. So a lot of us really are living in 2 worlds, the world where we want to go forward and we're just like really afraid because of our past. And then those of you that are like, oh yeah, that's for me. I'm not looking back. And you go take it and you're going to notice things pick up for you more quickly. The world changes for you very quickly. Things start coming in more abundant patterns, I'm telling you. Okay, looks like we had Angelique. Angelique, it's so good to see you. Glad to have you on tonight. I'm talking about the collective consciousness, doing a reading for the next 3 or 4 days because the retrograde is going to end on the 14th. And if you have any other questions, put them down here in the feed or share the video if you'd like it. All right, the last one, you're welcome. The last one that we've got here is the King of Scrolls. And this King of Scrolls for today's reading came upside down, which means it hasn't come into fruition yet. And it's just hanging out there on the edge. Oh, am I going to come into fruition or am I not? So for a lot of you, that's where you're hanging. So I told you we would talk a little bit about side hustles. So a lot of ladies out there, they're raising their kids, their families, and they're stay-at-home moms or partially stay-at-home moms, and they need some extra cash. So they're doing these side hustles. And the side hustle looked great, and you signed the contract, and it looked easy, and you knew you could do it, and you've sold to a few friends, and then everything just stopped about May 2nd. Did you notice that? It's just like everybody sucked up their money, their time, their attention, or just went into a hold mode. And that's part of these planets aligning in the retrograde. So it's not you. And with that, if you'll notice, he's holding the scroll, the plans for moving forward, but his feet aren't moving. Okay. And he's got more plans there in the back. So I want you to think of all the times you failed when you did other businesses, or maybe you tried a side hustle and it just wasn't for you, or, something that's in your life that you tried in the past and it wasn't for you. And now you've got the plans for your new, you again, 3s. Remember I told you 3s, there's 1, 2, 3 down there of things that have been tried, didn't work. So now, oops, I'm gonna get my fingers going in the right direction. Now there's a new plan and a new outlet. Okay. And so he's got it in his hands. He's left the past behind and he's getting ready to go out into a new frontier. But this card again came upside down. So for the next, 3, 4 days, because of the retrograde, you may not want to enter into a new contract. You may not want to sign up for anything new. Others of you might want to just go, woohoo, this is the greatest time because there's so much out there for you to grab because everybody else is like holding their breath. Okay. And that leaves a lot more juicy things for you. So wherever you're at with that, if you've dumped your stuff in the past, you're ready to walk forward, go for it. Don't look back. And if you're the one that's like, oh, I don't know, I had all these wonderful things are coming. The universe is bringing all this stuff, but based on my past, I don't know if I can trust it. You got to get out of that. Okay. Not to be rude, but you got to get yourself out of that. Now, before I answer some questions, one of the things, and I will get to the questions next, that I was telling you is if you're standing in your own way or you're feeling like you've got that scroll and maybe you just don't know what's in that scroll, you're like, I don't know what direction my life's supposed to be headed. I've tried all the stuff in the past and I don't know. Okay. Then that's when you're going to call the bookstore at 303-964-9339 for the Denver location. Or if you're, like right now, they're not there, obviously, 9 o'clock. Or you can, I'm going to put right down here in the feed. You can go over to forheavensake, no s.com, and you can click on, let me pull it up here for you, book an appointment. Okay, and so what's going to happen when you click on book an appointment is you'll be able to find me. I'm Deanna Gloyd, so just look under D for Deanna. Let me get over here. Lots of buttons to push. And what's going to happen is you'll go over there, you'll pick out me, and it'll show you all the times that are still available for tomorrow. And you'll be able to pick your time slot and get registered right in there. And then we'll be able to talk tomorrow. I do Zoom, which will look just like this, although you're going to have to put your email address in there so I know how to send it to you. And, just request it. There's a place for a note in there. Say, please Zoom me. Or we can FaceTime, but I do prefer Zoom, much easier. Or we can phone call, or you can come to the shop and see me and get to feel my sparkly energy and get a hug and all that. So anyway, there's a lot of ways to meet with me. The point is that I work with the Akashic Records. That's lifetimes, past, present, and future. And those are feeding back into right here and right now, and they can be hanging you up because of something unresolved and unbalanced energy, unbalanced karma, family dynamics. Sometimes things carry genetically and it becomes a family curse. So all those things can be taken and transfused, transformed, dissolved, erased, and balanced out. It's amazing, this work. And a lot of people don't understand it, and they're like, how can that be? And if I could put testimonials on here, I would. Maybe we can get that hooked up. But what I find is all my clients say, I felt so much lighter after having worked with you. I feel like there's hope in the world, and I feel like I can go forward. So if you're having that stuck feeling, if your abundance isn't where it needs to be, get signed up. And to help you all tomorrow, and then I'll get back to my readings, don't worry. Tomorrow, I'm going to be at For Heaven's Sakes Books in Denver, live and in person, and I'll also be there on Friday. And Friday is what they call Fair Friday. And so that means the rates are discounted. So it's almost, if you do the Fair Friday, it's almost half of my normal rate. Not quite, but almost. And so that is a steal deal. So you'll still get the same love, the same attention, the same energy clearing that I would do in a normal session. This time, though, there's going to be a juicy discount. So if you're struggling with that, just make the appointment and you'll be so glad that you did. And you'll be like, wow, I feel so much better, and that's on Fair Friday. So what I noticed is my books are almost full for Fair Friday, of course, because of the discount. Usually it'll be filled by tomorrow morning, by the time I hit the store, which is 11 o'clock. And so Thursday, which is tomorrow, I am going to extend you the Fair Friday pricing on Thursday to help you out, because I still have some spaces in my books. But only when you book for Thursday and you tell me, I saw your video and I'm asking for the Fair special. That's it. If you don't say it, I'm charging them the full price. All right, here we go. So if you have any questions, please put them down below in the feed. If you do like this video and you think, wow, this was great, please do share it, with your friends or people that might be feeling down or kind of like they don't know what's happening right now. All right, the next thing we've got is Donna says, have a court date soon. Will I get my money back? Ooh, Donna. I don't like Donna, but I have talked before, chatted before. I don't like to tell you things that you don't want to hear, but when I asked that question, I got an immediate no. So I'm not sure what kind of money you're looking to get back, but at this point, oof, I still get that no feeling. Let's pull a card on it and see what's blocking you. Wow. Donna, you're a funny lady. Up in the air. Okay, so that decision is still up in the air. So the court date's soon. There's some stuff going on behind the scenes that you can't see, and it's still up in the air of whether you're going to get your money, how much you're going to get your money back. But if you're asking a definitive yes or no, it's no. But I feel like there's 25% turnaround in that, where you may start to see that transform, and you'll feel it, sense it, or know it. I hear there's 13 energy blocks in getting the money back. And one of the energy blocks is inside the courtroom. So it's probably a disembodied spirit, discarnate, demon, something. And, if you want some help, where to reach me on that. So thank you for that question. All right. Let me scroll down, see if there's any other questions or comments. Tree, if you're still on here, you say, do you pull cards? Tree, if you're still here, I can't see the hearts and the thumbs from this particular platform. So could you put in the chat if you are still with me, Tree, and I will give you an answer. Just put it down here in the feed and I'll scroll down and see that, and then I'll get to all the rest of the questions. Please hang on. I'm so super excited that you all join me. Mwah. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. The best job ever. So Tree, let me know if you're still there and I'll answer your question. Just put it down here in the feed. I didn't mean to ignore you, but I was off on a tangent. All right, again, if you'd like to schedule, like I said, tomorrow's Thursday, and I have more availability on Thursday than I did on Friday because of the pricing. If you book on Thursday and you tell me I am asking for this fair special from your video on Facebook, or if you're watching this on YouTube later, I will extend the special to you. All right, let's see. Mary Ann Moore says, I'd like to know whatever my guides want me to know. Mary Ann, darling. Okay, let me focus on you. Okay, Mary Ann, I hope you're still on. Thanks for your patience. I keep hearing the word car. And I'm like, what about a car? Is she going to trade in her car? Is she going to get a new car? Is there something wrong with her car? I often get that. People will come to me and I'll feel like their tire's out and they go have it checked and yep, the tie rods were off or something. But Marianne, I just keep hearing car. That's it. So if you're still watching, can you put a comment about something or anything that might be surrounding a car, transportation, something, and I'll see if I can pick up a little bit more. Okay, Tree says, please, my name is Natasha. Card, please, what spirit wants me to know now? All right, I love it. Thank you, Tree, for answering me. Big hugs and kisses to you. And I will keep going. Let's see here. Marianne, let me know if that makes sense to you. Just put down in the comments if car makes sense to you, because there's something about it, but I'm not grasping the whole thing. All right, Natasha. I do like Tree though. That's cute. Let's see here. Natasha. Okay, Natasha, without even pulling a card, your guides are saying to me, you have a challenge called truth and trust. It's not truth or trust, it's truth and trust. So those two things are balancing out or not balancing out your life. So that's what your spirit guides want you to know. It's truth and trust. So you may be trusting something. No, you're trusting someone who's speeding you a line of stuff, and you're just like, yep, sure, yep, that's the greatest thing. Feels like an ex-boyfriend, not the last one, but the one before that. That's what that feels like. So if you need some help with that, sorting it out, Natasha, feel free to either call the bookstore or down here in the feed, I put the link to the sessions. Go grab yourself a spot, get a discount, because what that means is on Thursday and Friday, even if you only book for half an hour, it's $45. Less expensive than 4 cups of coffee and a greater experience because you won't have that high, but you will feel better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Thank you so much for your question. Stephanie says, I'm feeling stuck in most aspects of my life. How can I get unstuck? Stephanie, are you still with me? Can you let me know if you're still there, my darling? I want to answer you. All right, Stephanie. Okay, great. So feeling stuck in most aspects of my life, how can I get unstuck? That is a huge question. I get it from lots of clients. Today I told you that I'm jumping on so late because I was in appointments all day long. And the number one question that I had was about being stuck. And I professionally like to call it stuckedness. I need to have t-shirts printed up saying I'm experiencing stuckedness. But anyway, or maybe unstuckedness. So in answer to your question, Stephanie, look for patterns. You are stuck because you're not seeing the patterns in your life that are happening over and over again. And you're creating them whether you're consciously aware or not. And that's the hardest pill for people to swallow, including myself, because I look at my bank account, it's not where I want it to be. I look at my bills, they're not where I want them to be. I look at my career, it's not where I want it to be. And I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, which is insanity. We all know that. And I'm like, guides, why am I stuck? I have the greatest job in the world. What the schmeg, right? And the guides say, you are the one who has one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake, and you're doing this. And it's the same thing for you, Stephanie. Look for the patterns. Look for the patterns in your life. Stephanie, if you are still with me, can you please put down here in the notes, I am still here, or hello, or something. Ha, if that was you. Okay, good. That was a minute ago. Okay. So Stephanie, I'm very serious about that. The good thing about seeing those patterns is once you see them, once you see those patterns, this goes for all of you that are asking me about being stuck. I'm about to tell you the greatest thing ever. Even if you don't believe it's true, this is the greatest thing ever. And I do use it in my own life. Okay, so you want to know the secret? Here's the $500,000 secret. Okay, so let's say that I keep, let's see here. Let's say that I keep going around in circles in my life because I want a better relationship. And every time I get into a new relationship, whether it's with female friends or just friends, or whether it's, dating a dude, and I keep finding people who want to drain my energy. They see that my light and they're like, ooh, look, energy vampire, shunk, right? And I'm like, what the heck? Can't anybody just be with me for me? Can't they just enjoy who I am? Maybe go on a walk, in the woods, or in the mountains, because we live near the mountains here in Colorado, and just enjoy being in a walk. Why do they have to set me up where I feel like I'm constantly having to solve their problems, or where I feel like a lot of women tell me that they get these guys and they pump so much energy into them, treat them really great, share their cookies, and then the guys just leave and they're like, what the heck did I do? And they feel depleted and like a prune. And then they feel better and bring themselves back to center and practice self-love, and then they see the same thing over and over again. That's a pattern. I know it's very blatant. And sometimes the patterns of my life, when I say, why is my, career not where I want it to be? I look at, what do I do every single day? How much time do I spend on it? How much time do I spend, doing these videos, or writing an article, or picking up the phone and calling my clients, or sending out emails? And that investment of time, the universe will give it back to you, because the universe doesn't like vacuum. It likes balance. So as you give, so shall you receive. And if I'm only giving this much and expecting this much, it doesn't work like that. It's a pattern. So I'm giving this much and expecting, this much, and wondering why it's not working. So once I recognized the pattern of how much time I was spending doing things every day and what the results were, I'm like, oh, it's a pattern. I'm doing less and expecting more. Not to be rude, but that's what Americans, we want to pay a little and get a lot. That's not how it works in the universe. Everything is balanced. The universe does not like vacuum, and it will do whatever it can to balance itself out. Recognize the pattern. Come talk to me about it. Call the bookstore, tomorrow during the daytime hours. Their hours are listed on their website, which is forheavensake.com. And somewhere if you're here on the Facebook page for them, there's a link, I think. and call them up, get an appointment with me, and tell me what you think your patterns are. And then we're going to find out what's behind those patterns. And we'll clear that energy. What does it mean to clear or transmute energy? Okay, so here's what that looks like. So here you are, and let's say you have, this is a big seller. You have low self-esteem, low self-love. You were told you were terrible and you would never be good enough. Okay, if you carried your energy like you feel physically where people would see it, you'd look like this, walking around, right? So when you come to see me and I tap into the astral bodies or the energy bodies, and we start to clear that energy of low self-esteem when we put in and we transmute it with self-esteem. So your energy feels like, okay, I feel better. And then we put in high self-value, high self-love, recognizing who we are, divine aspect of the creator source of all. And so now we're sitting like this because our energy field feels better. It's like putting air in a tire. And then once you feel better like that in a session, then I'm going to tell you, here's some steps to take in your real world so you know exactly what to do. It's like we get the energy good, we pump up the tire, and now you go, okay, get in the car, start the engine, push, take off the brake, put it in drive and push gas. Well, that's how you get unstuck after you've had a flat tire or a low tire. And I'm going to give you steps like that in your life, depending on who you are, so you can take them and get unstuck and get traction, get on down the road. Does that make sense? If it does, can I get a thumbs up or a smiley face? And that's how you get unstuck. Bottom line. And I know because I do it for myself a lot. And so then I go forward and I do the new things that I put in place. I get up earlier, I eat better, I make sure I stay hydrated or better hydration. And I get up every morning and I say, today's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. No matter what I face, no matter what's coming to me, it's going to be a great day. Instead of, oh, I got to get up today and get this done. No, right? Totally different vibe, energy. And once you have that, you can move forward. So big hugs and kisses to everybody who asked, how can I get unstuck? That's the key. Okay. Now, let me get down here to some more of the comments and see what we've got in the comments. There's the comments bar. I'm going to close it out for Stephanie. Thank you so much for your very poignant and timely question. Big hugs to you. Olivia, darling, hello. And Tree. I like that name better than your real one. It's so beautiful. It makes me smile. That's how you get unstuck, and that's the path to follow. You want more specific instructions on your particular issue, come and see me Thursday, tomorrow, or if you're watching this on Thursday, between 11 and 5. Call the store, 303-964-9339, or go down here, click on the link, appointments tonight. You can book a 24/7, you can book an appointment. And, pick out my name, Deanna Gloyd, okay? It rhymes with Floyd and like Pink, the band. And then you can just get on my books, book a half hour and tell me, hey, I saw your YouTube, or so your YouTube, I saw your Facebook. I'm all over the place on the videos. I saw your Facebook discount for Thursday. I'd like to take advantage of that. Okay. It's like $45 for a half hour. Come on. You want to feel better? Just invest in yourself a little bit. Okay. Angelique says, is there somebody I can talk to with? I'm not sure how much the cost will be, but I've got a lot of things happening. I can't exactly talk about them with anyone. All right, Angelique, if you're still watching, call the store, 303-964-9339. And the cost, if you're going to work with me for half an hour, like I said, tomorrow and Fair Friday, it's $45 for half an hour. So there you go. There's your cost. And I understand when you say you can't exactly talk about them with anyone. I do practice client confidentiality. I've never really talked about it on a video, but pretty much what you talk about in session with me stays between you and me. That's it. And spirit and your angels and guides and whatever spirits happen to be in the room, God's spirit source. But that's it. It's 100% confidential. And I know you can't talk to anyone, but if you feel a connection with me in this video, great. then if you feel like you want to trust me and come and talk to me, great. Then invest a half hour of your time. If you're like, well, I'm not sure, then go to For Heaven's Sakes Books, or For Heaven's Sakes. Oh, sorry. You know, I'm a little late. Let me get book an appointment here. Okay, so go over to, let me just put the main site in there, the home site in there. So if you go to For Heaven's Sake book or forheavensake.com, sorry. I don't know why I always want to say that. I'm going to put it down here in the feed for the folks on the Facebook. Okay. And so, Angelique, I understand when you feel like you can't just talk to anyone. I totally get it. And if you feel comfortable, reach out. Otherwise, I put it down here in the feed. There's a link for, let's see here. For Heaven's Sake book.com. Okay, or For Heaven's Sake, For Heaven's Sake book. Ah, sorry, love you, Diane. That's For Heaven's Sake.com. Okay, and what I want you to do, let's see here, and Angelique, is I want you to go over there, and when you go to that website, you're going to click on. This is so awesome, by the way. So in case you're shopping, you're going to click on spiritual practitioners. It's right near the top. And then you're going to see everybody's picture, their beautiful faces, absolutely gorgeous, and their names. And if it's still on there, okay, so then you click on their name and it tells you about them. And then there's a little video that you can watch with each person and see who you feel drawn to. And then you can call the store and say, how much does it cost, to see this person? Okay, it's that simple. Big hugs and kisses to you. I know it can be challenging, especially if you had a past where you couldn't trust people and they betrayed you and all that, but it's 100% confidential. And I'm more than happy to talk to you if that's what you choose or desire. Okay, Angelique, good luck. I'm going to close that out. I really super appreciate your time today. Eddie, oh my gosh, Eddie, your hair in this picture is so gorgeous. It says, I'm going on a trip and I was wondering if there's anything I need to be aware of. All right, Eddie, I hope you're still on. If you typed yes down in the comments, if you're still there. Eddie, I hear for you, pack light. Pack light for this trip. They say you're not going to need as much on this trip as you normally take, like clothes and books, whatever you take. And they're telling you to charge up your credit cards. So pay down your credit cards as much as you can before you go on this trip. Feels like there's going to be an extra expense on the trip and you'll need a credit card so that you can do it and return safely. So that's it. Thank you for your question, Eddie. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Thank you so much for your time. And Mary Ann, hello, darling, again. Oh my gosh. Okay, Marianne. Oh, I hope you're still here. Oh, Marianne, it's taking me a while to get back down to you. It says I do transportation. My car is making noise as well. Okay, Marianne, that makes sense. Oh, because earlier she asked what her guides had to say to her, and all I heard in my head was car, and I heard nothing else. So thank you, Marianne. I hope you're still with us. Circling back around to you. So two things, Marianne, that are coming through on that car that you're driving. It feels like almost a mid-size but compact in it, and it's like a really tiny small, it's like a small SUV. The front right tire is off. Okay, so if you put your hands on the tread, if you're into that kind of thing, you're going to notice that the tread feels like this or lopsided. The left front brake, and the noise is coming from the undercarriage. So if I was to stand underneath your car, like when they used to put it up on the lifts, and the undercarriage on the right hand side. So here's the midline of your car. It's just on the right hand side. That's where that noise is coming from. I'm hearing you have about 6 weeks to have it looked at. So I would do that right away, Marianne. It's always good for us women to be safe in our vehicles. It's, I don't know what kind of transportation You do, but it's not that. It's more about your vehicle, your daily vehicle. So I hope that helps. Anyways, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. I think she just commented just a second, and then I'm going to go down the list as fast as I can here. I appreciate you all joining me at night. Marianne says yes. Okay, great. I am so glad. Let's see here. Thank you all for being so patient and so lovely as I go through these questions. I love this and I like to take my time that I can. Okay. She says, like a sticky rod. Hang on. That feels right. A sticky rod, Marianne. Yep, that feels right. And if you have it checked out and it's 100% correct, then you come down to the For Heaven's Sakes books in Denver and, bring me something like, a medal, a cookie. Just kidding. Just reach out and let me know that it was right if it's right on. Okay, that would be great. I'd love to see you in a session. All right, Nicole, she says, hi, may I have a reading regarding my love life? Okay, Nicole, what I hear for you is a single word, handsome. So I don't know if the person you're involved with feels handsome or if you're only drawn to handsome people, but sometimes what's on the outside, the wrapper, so to speak, isn't always what's on the inside, and that's your challenge. It's like you're drawn to a certain type, and so am I. I have our certain standard type we're like, woo, I like that, right? So no judgment there. But just be careful with that and look a little bit further and deeper. What I'm hearing for you, Nicole, in your love life is you need about 4 months in dating somebody before you give away cookies. Okay. So, retard yourself and stay kind of in a position where you allow them to get to know you and you get to know them, if you know what I mean. Hope that's not too personal. All right, Nicole, I'm going to close that out. Thank you so much for your time. If you do need any more help with that, do go down right here, scroll down in the comments. There's a link to the bookstore where you can go book a session tonight if you want to, and come see me, talk for about half an hour. We can talk about all of the full extent of your love life. Are you trying to balance out karma through your relationships? Is there a hex or a curse that's been put on you that's keeping you in a certain position? That kind of thing, and we can certainly clear that energy for you so that you you can get what you need. Or you can call the store tomorrow morning at 303-964-9339, and I'll be more than happy to sit with you and get that turned around for you. Okay, Tree says thank you very much. You're so welcome. Stephanie says haha. So let's see. Angelique says, I think I'm very spiritually gifted and need to talk about what has happened. Do you have somebody who is available to talk with about what has been happening to me? Angelique, actually, if you go look at my description on the bookstore, I do help starseeds and spiritually gifted people wake up and come into their gifts. Sometimes people, when they're waking up, will see scary things. They see shadows, they hear spirits, all that kind of stuff, and they're very frightened to move forward, and it can be overwhelming. I went through that years ago, and I'm more than happy to help you. So again, if you want an appointment, you want to get on my books, best time to get on is going to be tomorrow, asking for the discount, or get out on Friday, okay? And we can talk by phone, we can do a Zoom, and I'm more than happy to help you. Just try it for 30 minutes. If you only want to do a short session, and if you don't like it, that's fine. And if you do like it, great, then you can book for more time. But that's what I would recommend. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to go ahead and close that out, Angelique. Tree says, thank you. I will contact you. Thank you. You're so welcome, Tree. I do love that name. You'll have to remind me that when you see me. Okay, Stephanie, good. Okay, so Stephanie got the message. That's good. Let's see here. Please write your email to contact you. Okay, Tree. I can't really share that on this platform because this is For Heaven's Sakes. So if you want to get a hold of me, you can call the store and leave your email and ask me to reach out to you, and I have no problem with doing that. Let's see here. Stephanie, you are so welcome. Thank you for the purple love heart. Angelique says, "You're so awesome. I love the way you explain everything." Thank you, Angelique. You're very welcome. It's a beautiful gift. It's time to talk about it. And that's why I come on, do kind of a reading for, the collective consciousness to help everybody. And then I answer questions because I love this work. And I'm glad that it's simple for you because the desired outcome is it's easy and effortless and you don't feel afraid. All right, Stephanie, thumbs up. Thank you, Stephanie. Tree, you're welcome. Oh, you live in Canada. Oh my gosh, Tree, you live in Canada, you gorgeous thing. Okay, can you message if you live in Canada, you should be able to call the store without, cost or if you can message the store and ask them let me get Tree, are you still watching? If you are, could you um can you put down here that you're still here? And I'm going to share with you an address to write. Oh, there is your, okay, good. I got your email. Let me capture that, Tree, and I will send you a note. Okay, because I know if you're in a different district, sometimes that's hard to get in touch. So I'm more than happy to reach out to you. Okay. Thank you for that. All right, moving on, darling. We'll always find a way to get a hold of you. Need help. Okay. Let's see here. Good. Marianne says yes. Darlene says hello. Hello, Darlene. Amanda says hi. I have a strained relationship with my son. Will that improve soon? Amanda, I hope you're still watching because as soon as I asked it, your guides popped in and they told me two things. One, they said the strained relationship is because there is some misunderstandings between the two of you. So here's his perspective, here's your perspective, and they are two opposites. That's why you're having trouble. Also, you have a series of past lives. There's 3 past lives regarding self-esteem, 4 past lives regarding self-punishment, and they're saying there's about 16 more where you two switch places. Like one time you're the son, one time he's the son and mom. So you switch places. So those things need to be straightened out and feathered out and energy cleared. Once that happens, you're going to see a huge shift in your relationship with him. So will it improve soon? It depends. If you don't want to have an appointment with Akashic Records reading and clearing, that's fine. Then just look for the patterns and do what you can to work on them, and that'll clear the energy automatically, like I was telling people a while ago. So I'm going to close that out. Thank you so much for your question, Amanda, and you're welcome. Let's see here. Advice on where to move. Darlene, I'm not sure. Oh, Darlene, wow. Okay, one of your angels just came up here and touched my forehead, which doesn't happen often. So I don't know why, but South Dakota popped in my head. I don't know. That's unusual and weird. All right, Nicole said, yes, he is. Thank you. You're so welcome, Nicole. Okay, Darlene. I keep hearing 12 months for this move. So there's something the universe is bringing in position for you to move forward, and it's just not quite there yet. So that's why there's no definitive aha, that's where I need to go. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, going to close that out. Let me know if you need more help. If you do have locations, Darlene, and where you want to move, if you schedule a session and come in and bring them with you, but don't let me see it, by just having them written down, I can then have you number them, and I can tell you the percentage rate of where's best to move, not to move, when, what you're going to need. So, and I don't need to see the names. That's just for you so that I can connect with that energy, and I'm glad to help you. All right, let me close that out. Barbara, hello, darling. I hope you're having a good night. Let's see here. Crystal, if you're still with me, can you put down in the feed I'm still here? It says, what's your interpretation of my seeing numbers 111 so frequently? If you're still here, let me know. Let's see here. Okay, let me go over here and bring up one other thing, and I'm going to go down and I'll answer a few more questions. So if you've been waiting patiently, I so appreciate it. I know sometimes I get off on a tangent because I'm so super excited about somebody's question or their guides talk to me. But I will, let me see, I'm waiting for something to pull up here so I can get that out. And then I'll move on. Okay, here, just a moment. Okay. So if you have a question, just put it down below. I'm going to try to get to as many as I can. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Okay. Make sure I got that in place. Don't want to miss anybody or anything. Okay, there we go. All right, bring that back up again. There we are. Now we're back in business. Okay. Okay, Amanda says I sure am. Okay, Amanda, let's see here. You are still here, and your question was, uh-oh. No, we already got to you. I was waiting to see if Crystal was still there. Great, Amanda. I look forward to meeting you in person, whether we do Zoom or FaceTime or you come to see me. And okay, and then Robert makes an opinion. He says the blood of Christ saves sinners. Great, Robert. I'm so glad that you found a conviction that you can get behind. Okay, Crystal says she's still here. All right, darling, here we go. Okay, so Crystal, uh, what is your interpretation of me saying 111 so frequently? Okay, so Crystal, numbers and then being repeated is not, listen to me closely, it is not my number one training. I do have an answer for you, but just know that 90% of my training is in Akashic records, shifting frequencies and energies, working with spirits, disembodied spirits, and mediumship. This is my main focus. Underneath that, there are other things like the numbers. So my interpretation is simply mine, and you might seek others and then see how they blend together and what feels good in your gut and in your heart, so that you have a true answer. So I just want to let you know that right up front. All right. So anytime I see 111, anytime I see 222, 333, or numbers line up, and they're all together, it's not like, one's on the street corner, one's on a license plate, one's on the clock in my car. When they run together, what that tells me is that I am converging with my soul's projection into the future. Okay, let's see if I can explain this without losing you all. Okay, so I work with a pendulum, so I'm gonna get my pendulum. It makes it easier for me to explain. By the way, I bought this at the bookstore. It's awesome. They have some great pendulums for heaven's sakes. Okay, so this is my physical human body, my little clay pot. When I sleep at night, my soul comes out of my body and it starts looking into the future at different variations of the future. Then once it's done that, it sees, okay, this is the best course of action for her to take if her desired outcome is to meet more people or do more videos. She has to go this, not this one, and not this one. Okay, so that's the trajectory. So that information is brought back into my conscious brain in my body. And then I get up in the morning and I walk forward. And so what happens is as I'm walking forward and I'm lining up with that desired outcome, then the divine nature will put those symbols of numbers lining up. It's like, yeah, this is it. This is the way. Instead of me being walking over here, I come into consciousness and it's like, this is it. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you. When I'm lining up, I see the numbers. Other people would tell you it's because spiritual gifts are coming out or your guides are sending you a message, but that's my take on it. And if things are working for you really well, know that to be true. If things are not working for you very well, know that that's a sign for you to change course. And I hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, I appreciate everybody joining me here tonight. Again, my name is Deanna Gloyd, and I am at For Heaven's Sakes Books. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Yes, Amanda, I'm so super glad that you like that. And hello, Sarah. And glad you like my pendulum. So thank each and every one of you. Crystal, I hope that answers your question. Like I said, again, it's just my perspective. So my name is Deanna Gloyd. Remember the band Pink Floyd? It's like Floyd with a G, Gloyd, okay? And I'm at For Heaven's Sakes Books on Thursday and Fair Fridays. And so if you wanted to get some help and you want to try it out and you're not really sure, this is the time to move on it. We have got 4 days left of the retrograde, and people are feeling stuck and they want to move forward. Perhaps it's karmic, perhaps it's generational curses. Let's get that cleared up so you can move forward more easily and effortlessly. Book online anytime, day or night, at forheavensake.com. Okay, and go under spiritual practitioners and look for me, and it'll take you to my schedule. It'll show you the times that I have left. If you make an appointment for Thursday, all you have to do is we get on the phone, or if we're doing the Zoom, you just tell me, I want to take advantage of the special I saw on Facebook last night, and you will get the discounted rate, which is $45 for half an hour. You can book for, an hour and a half if you want, as opposed to the full regular rate that I have on Thursday. So I look forward to each and every one of you. Big hugs and kisses to you, no matter where you are, whether you're in Canada. I have people in India that watch, whether you're right here in the States. And if you're in Colorado, we can get together. I have a cell phone. We can do it by Zoom, or we can do FaceTime, whatever you like. In the session, I'm going to type up some notes for you as we're talking, and I will send them to you. And then you'll have notes from the session in case you get, and you forget something. So big hugs and kisses to each and every one of you. If you like the video, go ahead and click like on it, share it with a couple friends. Who knows, maybe you'll brighten up their day. And I will see you next week here, and I'm not sure what time, because like I said, I get so busy in my sessions. I'd like to come on the same time, but it's just, anyway. Thanks for being with me late this evening. Have a great and wonderful night. Big